Okay, welcome everybody. It is now 2018. We're in a new year, January 3rd, Wednesday night. Welcome. We're going to talk about how you can help the body heal. How you can take control, take your power back, and help the body heal. And basically, we are thousands and thousands of miles of pipes. So we got to get in there and clean out those pipes. That's basically what we're doing. So removing the obstructions in the body which blocks the healing. And that's simply what we're doing. And we concentrate on a system called the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the sewer system of the body. It's 3 times bigger than the blood system. And this is where we target our purification, our detoxification. And by removing the obstructions in the lymphatic system, we allow the body's natural healing to take place. So that's basically what we do. We're kind of sewer cleaners. We're plumbers in a way. We can do this ourselves. We can take control of our health and not give it over to somebody. And it's really an amazing thing because there are miracles in healing, but the miracles can't happen unless the purification of the body takes place. And we do this primarily by eating the proper food that we're supposed to eat. We're fruitarians. We have all the body parts to pick the fruit and the right jaws to grind it and all that. We're very few people will argue that fact that we're a primated species, a fruitarian. So that's really simply it. We get the right. Oh, Bitsy just turned off the light. Hold on. Bitsy, come on and say hi. She just jumped up and turned off the light. Hello. All right, good. So hopefully she'll be going to bed soon. She had a big dinner and played around, so she'll be going to bed. But anyway, so we're just here. We're here to basically just get back to our natural diet. If we respect the laws of nature, things change. When we get out of tune, out of sync with nature, this is where a lot of our problems have come in. So it's just hard to believe, it was for me, to believe that, number one, that fruit is what we should mostly be consuming, because I always thought of it as just maybe a dessert or something between lunch and dinner, just a snack. I didn't take fruit seriously. I didn't think it had nutrition in it. I didn't think it was, anything really super good for the body. It was always really tasty, but I thought it had too much sugar and that it was just kind of a fun food. And I have learned otherwise. I am, a living example of a high fruit person, and I've seen this story over and over and over again. So it's amazing. So that is one of the greatest things that you can do to align yourself with nature, is getting, of course, the proper diet, and understanding that fruit is very, very powerful. It's very, very nutritious. And the sugars that are in the fruit are actually the sugars that run the body. They're the most beneficial sugars. The body runs on sugar, by the way. We're a carbon-based animal, so we need those sugars. And actually, when you look at the Harvard study at my website, Harvard Medical School did a study. Actually, fruit is very low on the glycemic load and glycemic index compared to starches like grains. And things like that in processed foods. So it's actually very beneficial. And another question I get all the time is, well, where am I going to get my protein? Well, fruit is packed with amino acids. And if you eat a piece of steak or chicken or fish, that protein coming in is a complex protein. It needs to be broken down into the amino acids, which is a lot of steps, a lot of work. And it is acidic. It's acidic to the body, which will gunk up our lymphatic system. So we love the fruit for the amino acids, for those wonderful monosaccharide simple sugars. The fructose is by far the best sugar for the body. It doesn't even require insulin to transfer into the cells. And fruit is basically pre-digested. You don't need to turn on this complex digestive system and suck all that energy out of the body that could be used for other things, including healing. So I am singing the praises of fruit, and you're just, everything changes. I mean, you just get much more energy, more vitality as the acids come out of the body. The skin looks better. You're more alkalized, because when you remove acids deep into the at the cellular level, that is true hydration. And hydration is, it's great. It's like taking a dried up old sponge and putting water on, and this sponge comes to life. or taking a piece of beef jerky and watching that to, come back, and hydrate itself. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of us have turned our bodies into beef jerky, so we've got to change that. So we just align with our natural diet, and we use the herbs that are all around us that have, I believe, have been placed here to help us heal. These have an intelligence to them that pharmaceuticals do not. Herbs and plants are very, very intelligent, and they know where to go and what to do. And there's a long, long history of these traditional herbs that are really, really fantastic, that can target certain areas of the body that need certain cleansing and healings. So that's it. Just a simple alignment with nature. It takes trust. It takes faith. I understand that, and it takes to turn this Titanic around. You're gonna have to maybe take a leap of faith in the beginning, and have some trust, and maybe have some setbacks in the beginning, but steer it around and navigate, maybe some rough waters, because if you're toxic and acidic, you're going to stir things up. You're going to stir the pot up, and it might be a little unpleasant in the beginning. So that's just part of it. But once you understand this simple idea, you'll get right through it. So anyways, I am going to jump in and answer questions. I know most of you know my spiel. I pretty much say the same thing at every opening, just to kind of give people a little bit of familiarity with what we're doing. But it is true. I'm not going to say it's self-healing, because, there's many, many forces that heal the body at many levels. So we're just getting out of the way. We're pure. You cannot receive the miracles until you're purified. That's my teaching right there. Okay, so we're talking about purification through detoxification, so we can receive all these wonderful healings that want to come in, that want to work through us. The same forces that got us here, that maintain us, want to keep us healed. So let's get out of the way and let them in. It's that simple. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in, and we've got King James Bond 777. I think it's your first time here. It's a great name. I love it. Hi, Mark. I was wondering if it's okay to do a headstand while holding in a coffee enema. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. It's going to get deep into the body. I'm not a fan of coffee enemas, by the way, because they're overstimulating to the adrenal system. Okay, we want to basically not stimulate. We want to actually strengthen, cleanse, getting the pus and mucus out of the adrenal glands, out of the glands, and we want to let it come up on its own through strengthening. Okay, so coffee enemas is something I don't really do. As far as a headstand, interesting idea to get deep into the maybe even into the lower intestines and all that. But there's on my website MarkJamesGordon.com. There is a article. It's great. It's called "Everything You Wanted to Know About Enemas But Were Afraid to Ask." And just search on my website and you'll see it. And it's got everything in it. And their thing is about holding the enema in a long time. And it gives you formulas and tips and ideas. It's really good. So I would go there, James Bond, and interesting first question. Thank you. We got Charles Gestar. Welcome, Charles. Happy New Year. No veggies at all is his question. Yeah, no, I eat veggies. Absolutely. The thing is, okay, so I have a video. It's one of those things where the hand draws it all out in kind of a whiteboard fashion. It will give you sort of the hierarchy of the raw foods, okay? So at the top of the mountain, as far as foods goes, fasting is on top of that. Of course, but as far as the foods go, the fruits are at the top, and the citruses are at the top. So the lemons especially. Now it's interesting with lemons. You think, well, those are acid fruits. How could that be, alkalizing to the body? Well, it is. Even if you test it, the lemon with a pH strip, it's going to be acidic, but it's alkaline ash. When they burn it down, it has an alkaline ash to it, and the body's reaction to it is an alkaline reaction. It's astringent, so it pulls acids and toxins, and it's hydrating to the body. So those are the top of the mountain. The citruses, grapes are wonderful. They combine a little bit of astringency with a lot of energy, and healing takes energy. Running the body takes energy. Very, very, and there's a lot of antioxidants and resveratrol and all that stuff in the grapes. Grapes are the perfect detoxification food. Really, really great. And most people just thrive on them. They love them and all that. So there's a hierarchy to it. Vegetables are down. They're below the fruit, okay? I don't consider them detoxifying to the level that we're looking for, okay? To detoxifying to the level of healing. I don't see them as that. I see fruits as a way for you to navigate your personal detox. So in other words, a lot of people are so toxic and so acidic that they cannot handle high fruit, especially in the beginning. So vegetables are a really, really great thing. They're kind of neutral. They're not acidic, most of them, the raw. But they will kind of slow down a detox, okay? But sometimes we need that. We don't have to hit the pedal to the metal the whole time. We don't want to. You'll crash and burn like a race car driver, right? He needs the brake pedal too. So that's a brake pedal. Yeah, watch that video, how to detox using fruit, and it'll give you all this information, okay? And yeah, so kind of like, the highest, of course, would be a mono grape fast. That would be fantastic. I like saying, for kind of a something that you can sustain yourself with is 80% fruit, 20% veggies. So fruit till noon, and then a salad, and then some more fruit later on, or fruit until 4. Bitsy, please. Fruit until 4, and then a salad. That is a very sustainable thing for many, many people. Okay, and don't forget the green juices too. But veggies are a part of it for the most part, unless you're really doing an intense detox. Okay, Charles, we got Terrell. All right, Terrell's in. Great. Hello, Mark. It's great to see you here and be here while you are live. Great to have you live here, Terrell. How's it up in Utah? You guys getting snow yet? I know it's been kind of a weak snow year down here, so I know up north they're getting more. So good. Roberto's back. Greetings, Mark. Hi, Roberto. Looking forward. We're going to do an interview with Roberto. He's going to tell his story, his healing story. So I'm really looking forward to that, Roberto. We'll set up a time. Yeah, coming up here. So stay tuned for that. We're going to interview Roberto. All right, so let me skip ahead here. Amanda is here, first time joining live. Welcome, Amanda. I believe you're from Australia. Thank you. Glad you're here. Terrell, thank you for offering what you have learned with us. It's very valuable. I'm glad to offer it, you guys. I live this, so I know everybody has different lives, so why not listen to a guy that lives this, That's my theory, at least, so... anyways, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Terrell. We got Abstract Swirls is back. Hey, Mark. And a few weeks ago, I asked you some questions about my dad. He had pain in the prostate and bladder. And thanks to your words of advice, he went completely plant-based, mostly fruits. Thank you. How's your dad doing? Let us know. Congratulations to your dad. That's awesome. With some of the older people, it's really hard to get them to switch. I know my dad was really, really reluctant. So that's awesome. Fantastic. We got Cryptics. Hi, Mark. Is it better for a fruit juice fast or a water fast to eliminate plaque and detox? I don't do water fast myself. So I don't, from what Gino DeSario at Master Fast, he has a fruit juice based fast over there, very, very powerful. And from what Dr. Morse says, that these fruit fasts are superior to the water fast. And there's some argument about that. But what's really great is a lot of I did 44 days on grape juice. I did the Master Fast, and I was operating at pretty much normal. The first few days, the first week was a little rough. But I had plenty of energy. I could carry on my day. I even posted videos of me skiing and surfing and all these things. I didn't really skip a beat. So that's the beauty of the juice fast. You can be doing this heavy purification, detoxification work, and you can still go about your daily life. You can hold down your job. You can run your household, whatever you're doing, your sports, all that kind of stuff. So that's amazing. And I got mucoid plaque coming out of my bowels on day 8, the first time I did the fast, in 2 days on the second time I did it. So it's very powerful at eliminating the plaque. Now you said you didn't mention mucoid plaque. So mucoid plaque is a plaquing in the bowels, and then there's also the plaques that are at the cellular level, which detoxification is really good for, fruit detoxification. So it's energy. You still have your energy and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot less strenuous on the body than the water fasts, I feel. I had done a water fast a long time ago, and it was hard. But the juice fast is much easier. And, a lot of people think they're as powerful or even more. So there you go. So Abstract Swirl says that the main issue with my dad has now is that they discovered that he has a hernia for a while. Unfortunately, he has to have surgery soon. Any advice before and after surgery prep so it's least damaging? Okay, so Dad has a hernia. Now, what is a hernia? It's a tear, right? In the tissues of the body, in the structural tissues of the body. So when I see hernias, when I see hemorrhoids, when I see prolapsed organs, sagging skin, these kinds of things, low bone density scores, the osteoporosis and all that, I'm seeing a calcium issue, because calcium is used for the structure of the body. And the calcium is utilized by the parathyroid gland, okay? So I am seeing a weak parathyroid. Your dad's not utilizing calcium properly, so therefore he's got structural weakness. And this happens a lot because, if we're acidic, which most people are that don't know this technology, if you will, the body actually will use calcium to alkalize the body, to keep it alkaline, to fight acids, okay? So your dad needs to work on that parathyroid. We never work on one area alone, of course. Your dad needs to detox the entire body, and specifically also going and targeting that parathyroid. Now, with the idea of an overall detox, overall purification is go to raw, go to high fruit, number one, and then get on some herbs that are going to open up the kidneys. So kidney herbs. Get on some herbs that'll move the lymphatic system, some astringents to pull on it and get that stuff moving. And also clean out the bowels. There's herbs for the bowels, and also go after the glands, especially the adrenal glands. There's herbs that just go right after those glands, and the adrenals are really super important. Number one, they sit on top of the kidneys. They control the kidneys, and the kidneys are where all these lymphatic wastes and toxins are filtered out of the body. So the kidneys are really important for detox purification. So the adrenals sit on top, they control them. And the adrenals also make antacid steroids that fight acidosis in the body, okay? And they also run the autonomic nervous system. So they're very much involved in your nervous system, and which can, energy levels and all these kinds of things. So very important to go after the glands, and also, of course, the thyroid, parathyroid, and that. So that's a basic detox. For the first month or two, clean out that liver with some herbs, and also get some antifungal herbs in there too to kill the parasitic yeast like candida and funguses and worms in the body. And that's a overall detox. So dad needs to do that and target that parathyroid. There's herbs for that. There's glandulars for that to help your dad with that. So, I'm not going to advise him because I don't know the whole story, but a lot of people have decided to just, depending on the hernias, let's just strengthen the body and see what happens, the thing with surgery too is that the body has a hard time healing if it's acidic. And I'm talking down to the cellular level. It's just an acid environment, an acid sewer system, acid lymphatic system. It's really hard for the body to heal. It's going to take a lot longer. And when you're acidic, you're more susceptible to pain. So the greatest thing dad can do is alkalize. He's going to have less pain after surgery, and he's going to heal faster. And he's going to strengthen the body, strengthen the connective tissues of the body by getting that calcium utilization up. Okay, so those are great things your dad can do. And I know if it was me, I really, yeah, it's really strange with me. Even when I was a kid, I had such an intense fear of hospitals and doctors. I just always found reasons never to go. It's just something in me. And so I would do everything I can to avoid surgeries and hospitals and all that. That's just me. So, you know, but these are great steps Dad can take to do that. And so, yeah, whatever your dad's choices are, good luck, okay? Roberto, Mark, could you explain the difference between an open lesion and a closed lesion and a genetic weakness using iridology? So, yeah, lesions, okay, when you look at the iris, of course, the eye, you have the center of the eye is the pupil, and then around that, all that colored area is the iris. So you have over the top of that iris, there's actually a layer. It looks like icing on a cake in a lot of people, right? And so you have this icing over there, and that's the lymphatic system, and that's what I look at. I don't diagnose anything, none of that. I look at that lymphatic system, okay? When I see a lesion, okay, a lesion is kind of a hole, like, you know, it's kind of a deep rut. Let's call it a rut, okay? Now, we call these open and closed lesions lacunas, and an open one is when you have something closed around, you know, it's a weak area and the body's trying to enclose that area to keep it from spreading, to keep it from damaging other tissues, okay? So an open lesion is something that is a lot easier to heal than a closed one. Not that this can all be healed, but a closed lesion is more difficult. It's more advanced, let's say, okay? Genetic weakness, there are a couple things that give me a clue on genetic weakness in the eyes are, you know, they can be the lacunas and lesions, but what I look for is I try to look under that icing, that lymphatic layer, and I try to look at the fibers of the eyes, okay? And the fibers, if they're straight and kind of orderly, that tells me that person has a very strong constitution and strong genetics. Actually, if they have a lot of lacunas, those are a lot of and lesions. Those are genetic weaknesses. So I look at the amount of those in the eyes too, and also I look for what are called radii solaris, and they're rays of the sun. They look like rays coming out of the pupil area, out of the stomach and bowel area. The deeper that they go into that stomach and bowel area, the longer they've been there, and I would suggest that they are more genetic, a genetic weakness at that point. But, you know, I don't really concentrate on genes. I think they're an excuse. I think to say, oh, well, it's in my genes, my family passed on, nothing I can do about it. No, they're finding out now and really, really talking about epigenetics, and epigenetics are basically your environment, how you live your life, what you put in your body, how you live your life, what you're around, all that stuff affects and can change your genes. So that's what I go after. I don't like to limit myself. I don't like to say, oh, I can't do anything about it because it's just the way it is. You know, Angelina Jolie supposedly had, she might have had a mastectomy or hysterectomy or something because she had the genetic markers that said that she had a high probability of having these things. So she went ahead and had it removed. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I really, really felt sorry for her because, you know, she was basically doing a preemptive strike, resigning to the fact that she's going to get this. She's living in fear like that and doesn't want to take control of what's going on. So I don't know the full story. I don't want to judge her at all, believe me. But you know, I think when you don't give yourself over to this gene theory, that you can take control of your life a lot more. And that's that. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Roberto. That's a great question. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Got me thinking too. Good. Amanda, yes, I noticed quite soon after I was raw fruitarian for just under a year, I started a raw vegan protein powder and I felt a bit more stimulated, but then began feeling pretty dense and heavy. Yeah, the thing with the high protein, and it can be raw vegan high protein, we don't really want proteins. We want those amino acids. The proteins are acidic, they're hard on the body, and they block the kidneys too. They lock up those kidneys so they won't filter out the waste. And then you're going to get more and more of a mucus response in the body, an inflammation, if you will. So this is what we're fighting. We want a mucusless diet, something that doesn't cause mucus to be formed in the body, and protein is one of them. Acid-forming foods are what we want to avoid. We want an alkalizing diet, and the only alkalizing foods are raw fruits and veggies. That's it. So that's where we're at. So it's a mucusless, alkalizing diet. This is it. So yeah, this protein myth is really damaging a lot of people. I was on an Atkins type thing, and it damaged me. That's when I got my fibromyalgia. I think that did it. So yeah, very, very, it's tricky because you really think you're getting this great, you got a lot of energy. I was getting really lean and muscular and all this stuff, and I felt great. And then boom, the blowback happened after, 6 months or so. So be careful. Be really, really careful. You see a lot of these weightlifters walking around. They're very stiff, They're doing all that protein powder and all that stuff. I never see them out surfing. They're not loose enough to go surfing. They're just locked up in their bodies. They may look good, but, I don't think they feel too good. So anyways, yeah, amino acids are what we like, okay? But thanks for that, Amanda. Appreciate that. So I'm going to jump ahead. Hopefully this lets me jump without jumping too far. Hold on here. And of course, we jumped way ahead. God. Let's see. Okay, good. All right. So Amanda, I was starting to add tahini too. So yeah, no, fruit diet, daily fasting keeps me floaty. Okay, so tahini is ground up sesame seeds, high in protein. Okay, a little bit of seeds is kind of okay if you soak them and sprout them, but use a little bit just to get that crunch. I know sometimes that crunch can really, really help you, as you have that salad. So a little, very sparingly, but good. So that's high protein. So you got rid of that. So dry fasting keeps me floaty. So daily fasting. Okay. So you're doing a lot of fruit and you're doing some fasting, so you're floaty. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we kind of, like those vegetables and those salads and things, and especially those roots like the carrots and beets, because we can really lift off. We can get really out there on that fruit. You get so energized and so giddy and lively, and it can be kind of annoying around people. So sometimes it's good to temper it down and to mellow out a little bit with a salad and some green drinks. So good. Amanda, those heavy proteins and overt fats, raw or not, are no good. Okay, yeah, that's a testimonial for sure. Yeah, the proteins and fats will slow you down if you do any amount of them. It doesn't take too much either, so use them real sparingly. And sprout them. Soak and sprout them. Cryptus is back. All right. Please, I need to know which is better. Did I skip over something? You need to know which is better. Did I skip over your question? I don't know, Cryptix. I don't remember. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have skipped over. I'm sorry, Cryptix. I did skip over you, okay? Hi, Mark. Is it better for a... Oh, I'm sorry. I did answer your question. Okay. Fruit fast is better. Fruit fast is better in my view than a water fast, okay? Hold on. Okay. All right. So, we got Amanda's questions answered. Okay. So we answered you, Cryptix. Good. We've got Tufail Razak. Hi there. Hi, Tufail. Good. Good to have you. Welcome. You sound new. So good. Thank you for showing up and being part of our group. So we got Mason East. I have a blue ring around my iris, but it's not cloudy white like a cholesterol ring. What is this? Okay. So when I see a blue ring around the outside of that iris, around the outside color part, it's classically in iridology, it's showing that you have an oxygen problem. Okay, you're not getting enough oxygen in the cells. All right, so that could be a lot of things. Okay, now a lot of times you're right. A lot of those are white and they're cholesterol-y. Okay, so you got cholesterol plaquing in the arteries, and you're not getting good circulation. So that's why. Without it, it could be a iron problem. Iron is metabolized by the adrenal glands, so it could be an adrenal issue tied back to that. It could be, there's something going on, low red blood cell counts, things like that. So I think they call it asphyxia. Okay, so it's low oxygen. It could be a weak heart, weak lungs. There's a lot of things it could be, but it's low oxygen. I would really, really go after this, Mason. This is not a good sign. You want to get this fixed, okay? If I was to give you a consultation, I would look at your questionnaire and look at all these factors, and I would read your eyes too. And let us know. I mean, do you have a history of any kind of heart problems, lung problems, any kind of anemia, low blood cell counts, things like that? Let me know, okay? You might have really weak adrenals where that causes breathing problems, shallow breath. Let us know more about what's going on, okay? Z. Christine is back, all right? You're solid, Z. Christine. You're here every week. Good for you. Thank you. To fail, I have asthma. I also have colitis and lactose intolerance. I really do not know where to start on how to cleanse my body. Okay, so here we go. This is so typical to fail. Multiple things go on because the body is a system. All right. So asthma. Number one, I'm not talking about diseases here, you guys. We're just using these words because they're part of the language. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't really believe in diseases, but if we talk about asthma, we're talking about breathing problems, okay? So, asthma, when I see asthma, I say, okay, adrenals again. The adrenals make neurotransmitters that control the autonomic nervous system, which part of that is breath control. Okay, so you got weakness of breath, and also asthma can mean that you have acidosis in the lungs, which is causing a mucus response in the body. Okay, you got a bunch of mucus, you got pus and mucus probably throughout the entire body. These are your weak areas that are going down. Okay, acids in there create more mucus. So we have got to get you detoxifying. Right, we got to open the kidneys, we got to pull on the lymph system with some herbs, we got to clean the GI tract, and we've got to go after the glands and bring those up, especially the adrenal glands, okay? And then we've got to go after the lungs and clean those lungs out. There are herbs that help those lungs clean. Get that pus and mucus out of there, get those acids out, get that stuff moving, okay? Now you have colitis. Any kind of an itis is what? Itis equals inflammation, okay? Inflammations equal acids. Acids equal a slow, toxic lymphatic system, and the kidneys not filtering the acids out of the body. Okay, so we've got to get all that going. Okay, so we just had a guy in here last week, I think it was, or the week before, that said he fixed his colitis in what, it was like 3 months through getting on the proper diet and detoxification. So we've got to move the acids. We got to move the lymph system in the bowel walls. Okay, that's where these itises are. They're in the cells of the bowel walls. So we've got to get in there. Dr. Morse's herbs are fantastic. The stomach and bowel formulas and the GI broom will do this. They'll pull on that bowel wall and get that lymph moving, get those acids out of there, so it can heal. You got to get on the proper diet. If you're taking in mucus-forming acidic foods, this is what's causing these problems, right? Especially in the colon. So you want to get on an alkalizing diet, okay? So you got to do a detox. Lactose intolerant, everybody's lactose intolerant. Everybody after the age 2, especially with the foreign animal milk. Everybody's cow milk intolerant. They just don't know it. They just wonder why they get colds all the time. Their ears are all plugged up. Their lymph system is locked up. Their kidneys aren't filtering. They're sore head to toe. Blah, blah, blah. So everybody, dairy is a foreign protein. It really is. The body looks at it as a foreign invader and has a mucus immune response to it almost immediately. Almost immediately. Dairy is the enemy. I really do not know where to start to cleanse my body. So you got to learn about detox. On this YouTube channel, there are a lot of basic videos, and I think there's a playlist with just the basic videos. Watch those. It'll take you about a half hour. You'll know so much. You'll have all the keys to unlock this, okay? And if you want to do a consult with me or call Dr. Morse's office, get a consult if you need to be guided and get you launched in a direction so you can go after this. This is not a magic bullet, not a magic pill. This takes time, it takes commitment, it takes work on your part. And it takes, it takes some faith too. This is not common knowledge yet, but we're trying to, we're trying to make this more common. Okay, but you can reverse all this stuff. Okay, this stuff is all very reversible. Okay, so I hope that helps you. So watch those videos, get inspired, and learn this. At my website, all that information is free. Everything you need to do this is free over there. Okay, the counselors are, they can help you just with personal guidance and get you launched in the proper direction. Okay, this is not difficult. It really isn't. Cryptics, I'm on day 5 of my fast, and only a lot of diarrhea to what's up with that, or will it change soon? Oh, you're on the master fast. Okay. So, those questions, master fast questions, should be directed to masterfastsystem.com. But a lot of people do have diarrhea in the beginning. As those bowels start to cleanse, it usually does reverse itself in a few weeks. And start locking up. What happens is that those bowels are so toxic that the only way to get that stuff out is through the diarrhea, and that's what the body's doing, is trying to kick it out of there. So but I would direct that question to the people over there. They'll help you. They have a fantastic board over there. But Gino specifically asked me to direct all Master Fast questions over to him. But in my view, in detoxification, the diarrhea does turn around. Okay? And, okay. So, King James Bond, are seedless grapes not detoxifying? No, the seeded grapes are better. They're more, closer to the way they were created, if you will. They're more heirloom. But Dr. Morse is famous for saying that he has helped people heal the big C on Walmart grapes, non-organic Walmart grapes. So any grapes are great. If they're not organic, wash the heck out of them with a veggie wash. Try to get seeded organic. If it's not possible, do the best you can and wash the heck out of them. Okay, they are detoxifying. Grapes are very, very, very detoxifying. Okay. Amanda, finishing up on day 3 of a grape cleanse today. Congratulations. Dinner bowl of grapes as I am listening. Yes. Excellent. Yes. Good luck going to sleep, When I'm doing the high fruit, I'm just, I have to force myself to go to sleep. And then I'm up at 3 in the morning going, what do I do now? It's crazy. So much energy. Wonderful. I can feel your energy, Amanda. You're doing great. We got Coolagen is back. All right. Ha ha. That dog has its own mic. Yeah, this little dog has the loudest bark ever. I don't know. A lot of you people aren't as old as I am, but I remember this cartoon, Felix the Cat, when I was a kid, and they had a little character on there. He's a little guy. His name was Vavoom, and he would go Vavoom, and he'd blow a big hole in the snow mountain. I always called Bitsy Vavoom. She's loud. And I was walking in downtown Ventura today, and a big, must have been 150-pound plus pit bull came walking by, and Bitsy walked up and challenged it. It was hilarious. Just got in its face and barked, stay away, Jack. Anyways, Philip Romney, welcome, Philip. Can you heal on conventional fruit? I think I just answered that. Yeah, Walmart grapes, Fruit is the best, absolutely the best, but get the best you can. The best you can afford, the best you can. Local as you can. That's, in a perfect world, that's the greatest. And another thing, is frozen is not that bad. You're still raw. Frozen does not say it's not raw anymore. And it doesn't kill a lot of the enzymes. So it's an okay choice. It really is. If you can get frozen organic over store-bought, non-organic, I'd probably go for the frozen organic myself. But, of course, the freshest, right off the tree, right off the bush, best thing ever. But we all have to make, there's choices we have to make here. Amanda, ahaha, he just said, Bitsy, please. And she shushes, LOL. That's funny. Yeah, no, she listens to me. She does. She tries. We got G. Cooljian. I saw some filtration in my urine last week. Okay, so for those who don't know, filtration in the urine is what we want. We want the kidneys to be able to remove the toxins and acids and filter it out of the lymphatic system. So it ends up being cloudy urine. And I love seeing urine that looks like orange juice. It's not see-through. But if you hold it up to the light or shine a flashlight through it and see anything, little speckles, little strings, anything is good, okay? And sometimes we get these big releases, where just all of this filtration is happening. And other times it's very limited. So anything is good. Just keep working it, okay? Keep detoxing and keep the dry fasting is wonderful. Dry fasting has been shown to really open up our kidneys. And you can start one tonight. You could say, okay, I'm stopping. What is it, 7 o'clock here? So I'm not going to have any water, any food, nothing, and I'm going to go to bed. And I'm not going to have anything, no liquids, nothing until 9 in the morning. That's a 14-hour dry fast. That's wonderful for the kidneys, gives everything a break. And then once a week on a Sunday, while you're detoxing, you can do a 24-hour. Up to 36. I would not go beyond 36 hours without supervision or a lot of experience. So 24 hours on a Sunday, maybe you stop consuming things at 4 or 5 o'clock on a Saturday, and then you don't have anything again until 4 or 5 o'clock on the Sunday. That's a 24-hour. That's a nice thing. And then if you feel like you can extend it longer, and then if you just go to bed hungry, you're at 36. So wonderful if you can do it. Just really, really good. It's been the greatest thing for getting kidney filtration, getting stubborn kidneys to open up and starting to filter. This dry fasting is free. It's cheap. You save money on food. It's everything. I actually had somebody get mad at me. I was working with them, and they were doing a lot of herbs. They were doing the 14-week protocol by Dr. Morse, very expensive. And they just couldn't get those kidneys filtering. And we tried everything. And then this technology came in, this dry fasting. And, he tried it and got kidney filtration within a matter of days. And said, oh my God, I spent all the money on those herbs and it didn't happen. Now this free thing comes in. I said, I would have told you if I knew. So you guys are benefiting from the earlier pioneers, trust me. So this is the greatest thing you can do for the kidneys and for the lymphatic system is to get kidney filtration, and dry fasting will open up stubborn kidneys. All right? Do the herbs too, of course, and the high fruit and all that. But this is something that you have in your arsenal now to get those filtering. All right. So you saw some filtration in the urine last week, nothing since. So you got it going. Okay. How long can one expect before kidney filtration is more frequent? 60 years of a standard American diet probably can't change overnight. So true. We can't expect to have decade after decade of Pop-Tarts and Fruit Loops and Big Macs and all this stuff and expect an overnight thing. But if you practice some dry fasting and the high fruit and the herbs and all this kind of stuff, massaging the kidneys, maybe some castor oil packs, do all the things, you should expect to get it within a few days, a few weeks. If it takes a month or two, okay, you're going to get it. It's just keep digging, okay? Keep doing these things, okay? And it will happen. You've already got some. This is actually a great sign. Some people have none. And that can be really difficult. But I think you're on your way to really opening these up. So learn about detoxification, learn about dry fasting, and you'll get this, okay? Lynn Stonehawker's back. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Mark. So what do you mean when you say people are so acidic they can't handle fruit? What are the symptoms of that? Thank you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. So, okay, so let's say you're like G. Cooljian and you've had 60 years of the standard American diet. And you've never done any detoxification, and you love your steak and potatoes, and now you're not feeling so hot, and you've got to change things. So let's say you go, okay, well, tomorrow morning I'm having fruit till noon and a salad, and by 11 o'clock in the afternoon, your head is killing you. You've got a migraine headache. Your shoulders are all hunched up. Your back is tight. You're lethargic. You're depressed. These are some of the common signs of your moving lymphatic acids and toxins. You're stirring them up. And fruit's very powerful. Don't underestimate fruit. And so some people, we got to take them really, really slow. They might be only be able to have like a little juice in the morning and then keep doing their standard American diet, and we can slowly increase. Everybody's different. Detox symptoms can be, as tough as, going into seizures, boils popping out of the skin. Dr. Morse says he had somebody that shed their whole skin. I mean, detox is a real thing, you guys, and it can stir up a hellstorm. So be careful unless you're really in tune with your body. So it doesn't hurt to go slow, unless you're on your deathbed. If you're on your deathbed, hit it hard. Lose that skin, get those boils. Doesn't matter. You're going after something that's killing you. So yeah. But for most all of us, let's ease into it and know where we're at. You don't want to just go to a swimming pool and jump off the high dive, right? Until you know how deep that water is, right? Hold on, I skipped everybody. Oh my gosh. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I got you. Okay, so Lynn, yeah. Okay, so. So you'll know quickly if you're going too fast. Slow it down. Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. We want you in this for the long haul. We want you in this for life. We want you to embrace this as a lifestyle and get on high fruit and high raw and have your treats. Have your treat food once in a while. Why not? Enjoy a little bit of that Indian food or Italian or whatever. You'll know your limits, and just don't overdo it, and you'll be able to get away with it. You might pay a little bit, but you'll quickly reset. This isn't a life sentence. You're never having anything, mama's cooking and all that stuff. It's just that you're going to know your limitations, and you're going to know what's really, really good for your body, and you're going to know that you want to be able to detox to the point where you're healed, to the point where you're comfortable, that you can venture out and play around a little bit. But yeah, when you're detoxing, hit it hard, of course. But you're going to know your body. You're going to know, like Clint Eastwood said, know your limitations. You're going to know those, okay, as you do this. We got Angelo, Tiffany, welcome. I love your videos on iridology. Thank you. I've been healing from mercury toxicity with a plant-based vegan diet and several supplements that draw it out. Good. Do you have any ideas for a more efficient detox? Unless you've plant-based vegan, I'm going to assume you're high vegetable. Getting on the fruit is going to move the lymphatic system much deeper. And the lymphatic system is where these heavy metals reside. Where else could they reside? The blood's moving very, very quickly. Okay? All the cells are surrounded by these lymphatic fluids. That's where they're residing. So you want to clean and cleanse that lymphatic system. And of course, there are vegetables that are really, really good at attracting heavy metals, like the cilantros and parsleys and things. Dr. Morse has a chem metal detox formula that's got a lot of herbs and things in there that will draw these out. But learn detoxification, lymphatic detoxification, and purification. Okay? And that will dig you deeper. Okay, we got Simon Cornell. What's up, Mark? Clementine's fast. What do you think about it? Really cheap right now. Yeah, it's a citrus. Great, go for it. Dr. Morse did 49 days on oranges, and he said he left his body. It was so powerful, and that's fantastic. Just make sure they're ripe, you guys. Fruit that's not picked ripe is acidic. Plain and simple. The fruit needs to be picked when it's like grapes, for the winemaking. You want to pick it when the sugar is at the right level. So try to taste the fruit. If you're at the farmer's market and all that, or at the market and they have samples, try to taste it and see if it's sweet. But it sounds like a good one. Clementine's wonderful. I love them. Angelo, Tiffany, I had the mercury toxicity for almost 9 years. Yeah, you got to get that out. Okay. Was it from dental work and all that? So yeah, you gotta get those fillings out and get on the detox and try that chem metal detox formula. But you guys, you can't do these things unless you're moving the lymph. You can take all these herbs and all this stuff, all these things that are known to attract the heavy metals, but if you're not moving lymph, you're just you're just not getting the job done to a deep enough level. There's still gonna be some remnants in you. Okay. We got William Allen. Is a grape cleanse or a juice fast safe for a 14-year-old? Bodies are bodies, and people are people. I would say that everybody's different. You got to listen to your own body. But I don't see why not. From what you've given me, it's just that a grape cleanse or juice fast safe. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. As long as you follow the basic rules and use common sense, I don't see why not. Bodies are bodies. Cryptics. What about exercise like body weight exercise on the master fast? Well, again, master fast questions to master fast, but on a detox, we don't want to exercise to the point where we're actually making more acids. When you pump a lot of weights, you're creating lactic acids, right? When you're running long distances and all that stuff, you're creating acids or lactic acids. And if you're sore the next day, you know that you created too much acidity that you couldn't clear out. So that's the thing. I like light exercise, things that'll move lymph and stretching and a little bit of rebounding, things like that. Those little mini trampolines, things like that. But I'm not really big into the weightlifting and all that kind of stuff, okay? If they're going to create too much acidosis, okay? If you're sore the next day, you've gone too far. All right, Jeannie. Hi, Mark, and hi, everyone. Hi, Jeannie. Sorry to miss some of the call. No problem. Just got home. Hope all is well with everyone. Thank you. Yeah, I'm well. Hope everybody else is too. It's going to be a good year. We're going to get more and more people detoxing and purifying their bodies, and the healing is just going to be miraculous. So good. Amanda, no, I'm not from Australia. I'm from Dallas. Close enough. Living in LA at the moment, a traveling nurse. All right, awesome. Question though, with kidney function in the hospital setting, we see high creatine levels in patients, and we hydrate them via IV fluids, and then see the creatinine go down, and kidney function improves. Is this just another way of symptomatic treatment or an acute improvement? While we know. Okay, I'm gonna just answer these questions. Okay, as there might be more down the line here. Okay, so with kidney function in the hospital setting, we see high creatinine levels in patients. So okay, with kidney creatinine, it really tells us the health of those kidneys. I love looking at that. If you got creatinine levels, send them over to me, during a consult, because anything over 0.6, we don't like that. We like it down. Yeah, we like it a lot lower than that. And so over 6, we're starting to see kidney damage and kidney failure. So we don't like that. So the IV fluids, yeah, this Dr. Morse talks about. He says, okay, when you come upon a car wreck or whatever, a trauma victim, the first thing they do is they hook up an IV with the saline solution, which is alkalizing to the body, because trauma is a very acidic event. Okay, so yeah, when you have blocked up kidneys, they're acidic. They're bathing in their own acids. They're inflamed. So when you're alkalizing through that, that's just temporary though. That is a systematic. That's just acute. You're right. That is just acute. So yeah, the way to truly alkalize the body, there is no treatment. The way to truly alkalize the body is to get the kidneys filtering, get the lymph movement, and cleanse it out, take in alkaline chemistry, get rid of the acids, and you start to alkalize. That's the only way to really, really do it, okay? And the kidneys, they lose their inflammation, they start to function, they heal, they repair themselves, and the creatinine levels go down. Okay, I hope that helps you. And thank you for speaking in a language I can understand, because sometimes, in the medical fields, it can get really out there, but I was able to handle that, so thank you. Terrell, not as much snow as we are praying for. I'm on day 6 of a 40-day master fast. Fantastic. Wow, good for you, Terrell. Doing those things in the wintertime is tough too. Mark's Healing Herbs, Dr. Morse's tinctures, fruit juice with a lemon. I feel rejuvenated in my heart, body, mind, and soul. Beautiful. You're doing good, Terrell. That's amazing. Yeah, keep it up. Good for you. Fantastic. Yeah, let me know when you get the mucoid plaque coming out. That's really such a great milestone. When you see this black toxic tar coming out of you, it's just so disgusting, but it's a sign you're just getting rid of that junk out of you. It's so healing, you know. Many people have gotten, you know, done some heavy bowel work and have reversed just horrible so-called diseases, which is nothing but trapped acids and toxins. Okay. New Life, does the herpes have a relationship with bowel movement? Because when I get a bowel movement, I get a tingle in my lip, and I'm doing a 100% fruit diet. Man, the bowels have a connection in so many ways. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, there might be something neurologically connected there. I just don't know. I know with the transverse colon, there is a direct relationship to the head. We talk about that all the time here. So possibly. Yeah, I mean, if it's showing up there, yeah, okay. Everything in the body is connected in a way, so I'm not surprised with that. Celery Stalker, that's funny. Hey Mark, first time live. Welcome, Celery Stalker. How do you guys get these little icons? Oh, that's great. You got a little celery stalk. Thanks for all you've done for so many. Love you, man. Hey, love you too, Celery Stalker. I love your sense of humor. Awesome. Okay, so we've got Roberto. Let's see, did I skip you over? Okay, here we go. That was a great answer. Thanks, Mark. You bet, Roberto. Glad to help you. So Amanda Carlson, hyperglycemia. So too much blood sugar. Let's see. I forgot the question. Question: the kidney function in the hospital. We see high creatinine levels in patients. While we know hyperglycemia. Okay, so, I skipped over. All right, so the blood sugar issues they're adrenal issues, okay? Man, I really skipped ahead here. Okay, so hyperglycemia, that's too much blood sugar, right? So the blood sugar issues are really, including so-called diabetes, is a lot of it's adrenals, of course, and the pancreas, which if it's not making insulin, you got a problem. But when the adrenals are not metabolizing sugars, okay, and you can't keep sugar out of the body, by the way. When they're not metabolizing, it gets kicked out to the blood. You get a high blood sugar level, okay? So yeah, and it's related, because if the kidneys aren't filtering, if they're all acidic and all inflamed, they're not filtering properly. So the adrenals get gunked up too with lymphatic wastes and acids because they're not being filtered. So there's a connection. Okay. Cryptics, what would be a diet for bodybuilding or strength training for you? There are raw fruitarian vegan bodybuilders, and they claim that as long as they keep their calorie count high and do their reps, they can build. And yeah, just go look on YouTube. There's plenty of them out there. And there's actually a Dr. Morse type guy who is a raw bodybuilder, and I can't remember his name right now. Maybe some of you guys can help me, but it's Ian Michael Myers or something. Ian Michael something. Anyways, yeah, anybody can help me on that one. Michael Myers, wasn't he the guy in Friday the 13th or something? I might have hacked that, so sorry. Roberto, last question for me. I have been turned into a fat burning machine. Is it possible to gain some lean body mass on 100% fruit diet? Absolutely. My metabolism simply burns all I eat or more. So the thing with a lot of people do lose a lot of weight when they go on these kind of diets on the fruit and all that. Some people gain weight. A lot of people lose a lot The thing is, a lot of times you're getting so much nutrition, you're not eating as much calories, so your calorie count's down. If your bowels are still not cleaned to the point where the inflammation's out and the mucoid plaque's out, you're not absorbing the nutrition. So you have what's called malabsorption. So you want to improve that. Keep working those bowels, and then also, if your glands aren't cleared, you're not utilizing the nutrition coming in. So these two, you want to get utilization and absorption up, and keep your calorie count up if you're losing too much weight. And Dr. Morse has some superfoods that can help you with that. And just keep the calorie count up, okay? All right, you may have to go to more fats like the avocados and to keep that up, and bananas and things. Terrell, I'm finding that dry fasting and a high fruit diet helps me expand my ability to allow joy in. Absolutely. We're healing, we're cleansing, we're purifying at many, many levels, and even at the spiritual level, I believe. And as you clear out that mind, there's lots of studies on the pineal gland being the seat of the soul, the third eye, all these kinds of things. That's up in the brain next to the pituitary. So yeah, I mean that's been my my joy too, and it's wonderful. That's just such a great benefit of detox, is at the spiritual level. It's just so fantastic. The mood's improved because you're rebalancing all the glands. A lot of people that have all these mood issues, the bipolars and all these things, it's glandular. A lot of it, incidentally, is tied to calcium. When that parathyroid comes back online, a lot of this depression leaves. A lot of moms, and my mom included, I have an older brother and had him, and she was fine, and then had me. I sucked more calcium out of her that she couldn't put back, and she had postpartum depression. And very, very hard on her, and used alcohol to numb it and all that stuff. So these postpartums and all that, it's really good for moms and moms to be to really work on that parathyroid, make sure the calcium utilization is up, so you don't have to suffer these needless sufferings. So rebalancing the glands it heals us in just many, many, many ways. So good. Thank you for sharing that, Terrell. Appreciate that. Cryptic, sorry, I thought you went over and then you went back. Okay, no worries. See, Christine, tell us how to make green drinks, please. Well, get yourself a juicer. There's wonderful Omega makes a good one. It's like the 4,000, 2,000, I don't know. You'll see them go look at the reviews on Amazon. There's a lot of good. You want a slow juicer that doesn't heat the juice up if you can. But any juicer is fine. David Wolf said, the best juicer is the juicer that you use. So, the Jack LaLanne's and those are easy to clean. The Breville juice fountain is inexpensive and very easy to clean, but it spins really fast. And some say it heats up the juice at the cellular level and causes it to oxidize and lose the enzymes. So a slow juicer is good. And we do really, really well on the tender leafy greens, and celery is a wonderful, wonderful base for a juice because it like carrots and all that kind of, they have a high sugar, high starch content. So a lot of celery to form a juice base is really, I think, is a great idea. Keep it all vegetable if you can, and throwing a little bit of kale and spinach, not too much because it has those, oxalic acid, things like that in there. A little bit of that's good. You don't want too much protein, by the way. Parsley, things like that to help alkalize. And it's not too difficult. Find a little bit of carrot might be a good idea. Find some things that really work for you. Some people add a little bit of lemon juice in there just to give it a little bit of astringency. But find some good recipes. They're all over the place, and you'll do great. Cryptics at Z Christine, a blender, then strainer is the best for me besides a juicer. So you take a blender and you blend, and then you just strain out the fiber. Okay, that works too. Some people use a NutriBullet and just really grind it all down to a very fine juice. Whatever works for you. The juices without the pulp are going to be, more cleansing and won't turn on the digestive system as much. So you do less work. So that's what I recommend. So Z Kirstine says, thank you to Cryptics. All right, you guys are all sharing with each other. I love it. So Tifael says, adrenals for asthma. Absolutely. Want to bring those up. Absolutely. Carl's back. Hi, Carl. Good to see you here. Hi, Mark. Day 3 of the Master Fast. You're back on that. Wonderful. Feeling good. Hope you're doing well. Doing great. Thank you for checking in. Yeah, you've done a few of those, Carl, so good luck to you. Awesome. Good way to start the new. I guess a lot of people have started on the new year, so fantastic. Celery Stalker. Hey, Mark, can you drop me some knowledge on how castor oil packs work? They soften, harden tissue. Yeah, you're correct on that. Okay, so yeah, so the idea is you want to get the castor oil. Let's say you have a swollen lymph node in the neck, okay? So what you'll do is you'll take some castor oil and you'll put it on, let's say you got a t-shirt, a clean t-shirt, old one, and you cut it up, you make a little pad, put the soak it in castor oil, and then you put that over it, and then cover it with a little bit of plastic or something so it doesn't get all over your heating pad. Or if you're going to go to sleep with it, not all over your bed sheets and all that. And then you just you add a little heat to it, and just the idea is to let that those fats, that oil go in, and fats will actually soften hardened tissues, hardened lymphatic tissues. Lymphatic waste, because these are lipids. Lymphatic system is a lipid-based fluid, so it's going to soften those hardened lipids in there. So hope that helps you. There are instructions on my website, MarkJamesGordon.com, on how to do castor oil packs. Really, really great knowledge to do that. Some people add a little bit of cayenne in there just to help. So I hope that helps you. We've got Tifael. Thank you, Mark, so much, Mark, for answering my question. You bet. You really gave me so much valuable information to begin my journey to healing my body. Absolutely. Oh, I'm glad to do that. Yes, I am new to your YouTube channel. Thank you. My pleasure. Check back with us, okay? Let us know how you're doing. If you need more guidance, come on back. We're all here to help you. Okay, so good. You're launching. Today is your launch. Excellent. Good. We got Tara McKinney's back. All right, Tara, welcome back. Hi there. Nice to be here again. Nice to have you. I've been on high fruit diet for almost 6 months now, and lately I have a couple dizzy spells. Getting really dizzy for a few seconds, then have to sit. I get this a lot, Tara, the dizzy spells. What happens is that a lot of people have a lot of lymphatic stagnation up in the brain, unfortunately. And as that stagnates in there year after year, we get more sluggish. We lose our short-term memory. Dr. Morse is classic for saying, honey, where'd I park the car? So, and it leads to what they call dementia, Alzheimer's, and brain fog is a great name at the early stages, just brain fog. And the dizziness, because the cerebellum back here is responsible, and it can also clog your ears and your equilibrium in the ears, in the inner ear. So as this stagnation starts to move, it can cause you to have dizzy spells, and so it's a sign you're moving lymph, and which is good. So to help that, hot and cold packs to the back of the neck can help. Ear candling can help. The herbs, the upper circulation herbs can help move it. You might get more dizzy spells, so watch it. But you got to move it out. The only way out is through. There's neurolymphatic points along the neck that you can tap. I have videos on my website how to do this. This will help with drainage, okay? Cleaning the GI tract, because if that transverse colon is blocked, the head has a hard time draining. Hot and cold showers on the head to act like an accordion. You go hot, soften all that fluid, and then you contract with the cold and go back and forth. That seems to help as well. These are some ideas for you to help move lymph in the head, okay? And yeah, the hot and cold packs seem to help people with those dizzy spells, okay? So good. You're moving. It's a sign that you're actually moving that lymph. So good. So good luck to you, okay? Cryptics, yeah, thanks for answering my questions. What's your view on lightly cooking food to get more flavor and to help stay on a healthy diet way longer? I crave a lot of cooked veggies and stuff. Okay, so yeah, so the cooked veggies are not going to be detoxifying. Um, but sometimes we have, we want to stay in long, and we have emotional ties to food and all this kind of stuff. So steamed, veggies are not such a bad idea. Um, the baked sweet potatoes are not so bad. They're anti-inflammatory. The white potatoes are a nightshade. I kind of stay away from those. But yeah, the sweet potatoes are not such a bad choice. Go easy on the broccolis and the cauliflowers and the cruciferouses, because the Brussels sprouts, because they have organic sulfur in them, which could aggravate you if you have inorganic sulfur in you, which a lot of people do from taking pharmaceuticals and antibiotics. So, but certainly like the squashes, zucchinis and steamed and things like that. Not so bad as a way to kind of keep you in the game. Okay, they're just not detoxifying, but good. A lot worse choices out there, trust me. So good. Tara, down, could this be because lack of nutrients and vitamins? Should I be taking any vitamins or supplements? Tara, what was down? Oh, you have to sit down. Okay, because lack of, okay. All right, so Tara is dizzy. She no, it's not. In my view, it's not from nutrition or vitamins. I don't have any in my cabinet anymore. I used to have a whole cabinet full of supplements. I don't have any. I don't take anything, any supplements except herbs. Which I don't really consider supplements. They're food. They're vegetables with an attitude. And so I don't do that. But I don't think it's a nutrition problem. You can, of course, get dizzy if you got blood sugar issues. If you think it's blood sugar swinging, that could be an adrenal problem, of course. And some people, they'll guzzle 16 ounces of grape juice, and then they won't have anything until lunchtime, right? And then their blood sugar levels drop down. They've spiked them up, and now they crash. That's not what you should be doing. Sip on that. Sip on your juice a little bit at a time, and let the body deal with it at a very slow rate. Or if you have that bowl full of fruit, those grapes, just take a few and just have them in front of you and just go slow and steady, and you won't spike. That could be some of your dizziness, okay? So yeah, take that into consideration. So S. Lynn says, is kombucha acidic or okay? I used to make my own kombucha and all that kind of stuff. I don't particularly like it. Number one, when we're detoxing, we stay away from ferments. Nothing fermented, because we're trying to get rid of the yeast and things in the body, the funguses in the body. We don't want to take those in. So that's one of the reasons I don't do kombucha. The other reason is, I could do it when I'm not detoxing if I really like the taste, which I do. But what I noticed with me, when I drank kombucha, my neck was getting really tight. And that's a sign that it's not working for me. So check that out, you guys. If you start to get a tight neck after eating something or drinking something, it's not for you. Cryptic says, can I run on a juice fast? Yeah, do some light. I would do light jogging. I wouldn't do the running. Don't overdo it. You don't want to create those lactic acids, okay? Yeah, moderation is the key, okay? Absolutely. But you could run. I mean, I was surfing in 55-degree water and skiing in a storm. So yeah, you can do it. I mean, physically not a problem, but it's just, we want to create a lot of acids. Abstract Swirls, my dad was listening to your advice too, appreciates it. Great. He'll buy the herbs. My question is, some detox groups say that cayenne pepper is healing. Some say it's too stimulating. What do you think? Why do I crave it? So the cayenne pepper is healing in the way that it is, it will stimulate things, circulation. But the problem is, if you do too much, it can be mucus forming. So yeah, use it in moderation, of course. Too stimulating, I don't know about that. I know the cayenne and garlic together. Dr. Morse has a formula. Dr. Schultz has a formula. Dr. Christopher has a formula. It's really good for circulation. It's really good for removing plaque inside of the arteries and the blood vessels. Very good for circulation. But yeah, it can be mucus forming in a higher dose. So why do you crave it? I don't know. Yeah, it might be stimulating. That's a pepper, sure. It might, yeah, it's probably stimulating, sure. Just go easy with it, okay? S. Len, is 91% rubbing alcohol okay for skin sores? I don't know. Man, I don't know the answer to that. Tell me about your skin sores. Let's get to the issue, what those really are. I'm not really so much a treatment-based person. So let's see what those sores are. Chances are they're acids. So we want to go after the source of that, okay? So tell me more, Eslen. Okay, please. We got Ryan A. Hey, Mark, how are you? I'm good. I'm glad I'm here in the live show. Glad you're here too, Ryan. I think it's been a while for you. What do you think of oregano oil for candida? I've tried it for a migraine. It works like magic. Thank you. Keep it up. Thank you. Oregano oil for candida. Yeah, the oregano oil is a antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, antiparasitic. I don't know. Man, there are better herbs than oregano oil for candida. The thing is that you got to think of it as at an internal level. Okay, a lot of people, oregano oils are usually a topical thing, so you want to look at it at the internal level. So at the internal level, we know that the candida, the funguses, are in the lymphatic system. Okay, so we have to get on a detox and get that going. Okay, we know that it's not going to work unless you're cleaning the lymphatic system, because stagnant, hardened, crusty lymphatic pockets are a major attractor for funguses. They can actually see funguses growing on this stuff inside the body. So we got to get that lymphatic system moving. And there's better herbs. Parasite M is wonderful for candida. It's got all the right herbs in there that go after candida. And it doesn't include the oregano oil. Okay? Yeah, there's better herbs for that. Okay? So that's what I would do. All right, so Z. Christine, a big heart for us. Thank you, Z. Christine. Appreciate that. Amanda, when I say no overt fats earlier, I take that back. Avo, baby, avocado. Got to work those babies in every now and then, but my mind is all grapes. Now, avocados are wonderful. They're not detoxifying. They're a bit mucus forming, but not too bad. They're really great for applying the brakes, like I said, for bringing you back to earth a little bit, and for making you feel like you're not starving. A lot of times, fruit is so light that people think, I'm just not getting any food. A lot of that's mental, of course, but the avocados are great for that. They're just a great lower end of the raw spectrum. I love avocados myself. But you know your limitations, and it depends all on the phase of where you're at. If you're heavy detoxifying, don't do the avocados. I know with me, my limit's about a half, and I can kind of feel it up here, like it's just not, it's just sticking up in here. So I kind of know my limit with it. Eslen, what about raw apple cider vinegar? I think the lemon juice is a much better choice. I would replace fresh lemon juice with anything that you're using raw apple cider vinegar for. Again, it's a ferment. We get away from those ferments. So a lot of people like it on their salad. Squeeze a lemon on the salad. A lot of people like it in their dressings, and all that stuff. So I would do that. And as far as for hydration, I know a lot of people take the raw apple cider vinegar for hydration. So just do the lemon. I think it's a much better choice. Yeah, fermented foods. No, we don't like them when we're detoxing. Okay. Amanda, so I've had an epic kidney filtration before, namely on my watermelon cleanse this past summer. Morse's kidney nerves played a role too. Question is, the pus seen in a UTI is definitely different. It's definitely different than the metabolic waste from all our cells, urine, sediment. My coworkers, a nurse, would be freaked out if they saw my urine and are concerned when I speak of dry fasting, laughing out loud. Yeah, you got to be careful in a hospital. If they see cloudy urine, they've been known to put people on antibiotics thinking they have a UTI. So I don't know, I haven't had a UTI, so I don't know if it's different. That's a good question. If anybody's prone to getting UTIs and has gotten kidney filtration, please take some pictures side by side and send them to me. Because I'm learning all the time. That's a great thing, yeah. I think Dr. Morse talked about a guy that was actually killed in a hospital because they gave him a bunch of antibiotics and it killed him for some reason. Oh, man. So, yeah, so that's an interesting observation there for sure. It's an hour and 20. I'm going to get up and stretch. I promised myself that I would do this every hour. I stay as long as you guys have questions, but I'm going to take like a 1 minute, maybe 45-second just stretch, okay? You guys all want to get up and stretch and do a little bit of deep breathing, and we'll get back to work here. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. That's just what I needed. Good. Okay, I'm back here. All right, so let's see where we're at. Okay, so that was Amanda's question about the metabolic waste from the cells and the UTIs. Good one. So Eslyn asks, are mineral baths alkalizing and healthy? Oh man, I've wondered about those using the Epsom salts, because there's heavy metals in some of those, so you got to be really careful. There's actually sulfur in them too, so I don't recommend that, because that sulfur is going to come in and aggravate the sulfurs inside of you if you have it. So if you have any kind of candida problem, if you have a yellowing in the eyes or orange in the eyes, I wouldn't do those, okay? I'm not really that versed in it. Look at your boxes of Epsom salts and see if there's sulfur in there. If there is, I wouldn't do it, okay? Yeah. Don't know much about that though, but yeah, help me out with that, and I can look into it too. But mineral baths alkalizing, I don't know. That's a very good question. So to fail, Mark, I have a 5-year-old son whom for the last 12 months has been suffering from atopic eczema from head to toe. So 5-year-old boy already having eczema. Well, at night he itches his scalp really aggressively. We are applying creams on a daily basis. Okay, so eczema is an acid problem, okay? Your son's kidneys are not filtering. You want to get those filtering. His lymphatic system is already backed up. This is probably from you guys, mom and dad. A lot of this is passed on. Your son had his mom's lymphatic system for 9 months. And so he's born with her system. And, we just keep weakening. Generations keep weakening because of in the 50s, I guess, it started with all these, industrial type foods and this whole acidic standard American diet. Probably started before that too. A lot of chemicals in the food, a lot of chemical exposures, all these kinds of things. We just keep passing it down. We weaken. So you want to get your boy. You want to get that lymph system tuned up. You want to detox and purify him. And the skin is the third kidney. The skin, if the kidneys can't handle all these acids and toxins, it gets kicked out to the skin, and now the skin starts becoming inflamed, in the sub layers, and it's not filtering properly. It becomes gunked up. It becomes acidic. It becomes toxic. Okay, so the flow is blocked, and then this is what happens. Okay, so he's head to toe blocked. So this is not a good way to start life, obviously. It's a sign the lymphatic system is compromised, he's backed up head to toe, and many, many more things will manifest, unfortunately. So, but the good news is let's get this going. Learn this and get them on the proper diet. A lot of these baby formulas, as Enfamils and all this stuff, are just full of high fructose corn syrup, which is highly acidic, highly mucus forming to the body. A lot of chemicals. Yeah, so, getting back to nature, getting back to his proper diet and learning about this, getting him sweating, getting the bowels opened up, getting the kidneys open up the three main channels of elimination of toxicity, put in an alkalizing chemistry into the body, get him off all the crap, no trips to McDonald's, all that kind of stuff, and get this boy cleansing, okay, and turn his life around. All right, this can all be turned around, and the young people heal so quickly, almost miraculously. So that's it. It's the same thing. So I hope that helps. Okay, so learn about detoxification. Okay, and you'll help your son out immensely. Okay. All right. So Mark Martin says, "Hey Mark, my creatinine is 1.12, so that's very, very high, and BUN is 8, so my kidneys need lots of work." Yes, indeed they do. Okay, so you know the drill. You want to get the kidneys filtering. You want to pee into a jar and see that sediment. Okay, and you want to just detox the entire body as you're doing this. Again, open up the channels of elimination. Help those kidneys out by sweating a lot and getting the bowels cleansed, because that'll take the toxic load off of those kidneys so they can heal. Okay, so there's a lot of inflammation in those kidneys. Inflammation equals acidosis. The kidneys are like any other cells in the body. That's all made of cells. They can become acidic too. The lymphatic waste inside those cells inside the kidneys is acidic, and those are inflamed, okay? And what happens is, they're getting hit with a lot of acids from the lymph system, so they're one of the first things to become inflamed. It makes sense, right? That's sort of the wall that the lymphatic waste hit, the lymph nodes and the kidneys. So you know what to do, Mark, okay? And the dry fasting has really, really helped us, as I've mentioned many, many times. So we got Angelo. Oh wait, I think I just skipped over something here. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, we have Angelo. Yes. Yeah, my mercury toxicity is from 9 dental fillings that were removed without precautions. So yeah, if you're going to get the mercury fillings out, they put in a dam in there. You want to go to a biological dentist, a natural dentist, and have those removed. They off-gas continually. I also do rebounding and skin brushing. I was high fruit. Think I will go back to that. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely do that. And get the lymphatic system moving, and get that chem metal detox formula from Dr. Morse, and keep doing the work, okay? And do your green drinks with the cilantros and parsleys and things too. Angelo, I'll check out Dr. Morse's herbs. Good. Excellent. Amanda, fruit eater. All right. Happy New Year, Mark, and all the viewers. Thank you. We got 2 Amandas online tonight. Excellent. Thank you, Amanda. Welcome. We got Jeannie. Jeannie has a question. It is Ian Myers you were thinking of. Is it Ian Myers you were thinking of? Yeah. His website ends in wellness.com. Okay. So look up Ian Myers as far as that vegan, fruitarian bodybuilder. The guy looks great. And he has a lot of tips on that. So good. Got Garrett O'Brien. Thoughts on taking glandulars while detoxing or taking Dr. Morse's herbs? Also, any thoughts on detoxing pet dogs? So yeah, the glandulars, you can take them while you're taking the herbs. If you're vegan, you may not want to do it. They're actually desiccated glands of animals. But just being in the presence, so let's say you take a thyroid glandular, just your thyroid being in the presence of the thyroid gland of, let's say, a cow, it actually wakes up that gland. So you can do them while taking Dr. Morse's herbs. That's very common. Also, any thoughts on, you may want to get a consultation though. Dr. Morse, I don't think he will sell you the glandulars from his site without a consult. Also, any thoughts on detoxing pet dogs? So yeah, I'm not really an expert on that particular area. It's all, with the herbs, it's all about the weight of the animal. So a lot of animals just have a few drops of kidney and lymph formulas, things like that. I would do more research on that. I'm really not the person for that. but it is based on weight. Okay, so Garrett, Happy New Year and God bless Mark. Thank you, Garrett. Same to you, Amanda Fruit Eater. I'm the Amanda in Australia. Okay, that was my confusion. Okay, I changed my pic and YouTube name. Okay, all right, Amanda, welcome back. Susie Snowflake. All right, great, Susie. Good to have you back always. Hi, Mark. I have one kidney. Okay, pupil pulsates on the missing kidney side. Is this a trauma stress issue? I'm really good at keeping life stress free and wonder if there's any way to help this issue. Thanks. Okay, so we have two kidneys because we're kind of divided in half. The right kidney will handle the right lymphatic system. The left kidney handles the left and blood system. And so in a way, it's all connected, but there is a correlation, So we need them both. And so when I look at eyes, right, and I see a weak kidney adrenal complex on one side, chances are, let's say you have a right kidney that's not filtering as much, a weaker kidney adrenal complex, you're going to see more destruction on that side. You're going to see that's the side that they had to have the hip replacement or knee replacement. That's the side with the lung issue. That's the side with on that side, the brain lesion, whatever. It seems to correlate to that. Okay. So the pupil is pulsating on pulsating pupil. Man, off the top of my head, I would say that a pulsating pupil could be a neurological issue, which could be an adrenal issue. Trauma stress issue. I don't know. Have you had trauma on that side of the head? Pulsating. Wow. I would say if it was me, I would say that okay, you got one kidney, so you've got to eat really purely. That you can't have any proteins and all that. You got to take care of that kidney. You got to make sure it's filtering and keep it really, really cleansed, right? By alkalizing diet, detoxification, purification. We know that, and definitely check your blood pressures. Make sure that adrenal is firing, really well. You want that upper blood pressure number around 120, and you want that lower number around 60. So if you're high, let's say you're in the 70s on the lower number, you got to keep cleaning that kidney out. And then if you're low on the upper number, you've got to bring up those adrenals. With adrenal herbs, detoxification, licorice root's really good for that. So keep that balance really, really good, okay, Susie, because you only have one kidney. We want to really protect that, really want to keep that functioning really well, and you'll be fine. But it's doing the work for the whole body, so highly, highly alkalizing diet, of course, all raw, high fruit. And just make sure that those, that kidney's filtering and that lymph system is clean and those adrenals are firing good. And then your glands are in balance and all that. And you should be good. Okay? The sheriff is in town. All right. Welcome back. Hey, Mark, I thought I heard something about cold being detoxifying. Is there anything to this, or did I misunderstand? Yeah, cold is detoxifying. It really, truly is. A lot of people that go out, especially when the weather changes and they chill the body, they actually are sending the body into detoxification, okay? And so it's actually a good thing. Dr. Morse says, go out and catch a cold. It's the best thing that ever happened. We like this. We like to kick up this detox. So yeah, it is. Heat is acidic and cold is alkalizing. So in that sense, yes. Okay. Tattooed Dragon is back. All right. Hello. Doing a grape fast again. Day 4 and going strong. Excellent. Does the grape fast cleanse the liver and lymph? Absolutely. One of the most powerful things you can do for that. You better believe it. Excellent. Combine that with some herbs and some dry fasting, and boom, you are off and running. Excellent. Congratulations. Raw Melody. All right. Raw Melodies. All right. Hi, Mark. Finally got to you live. Welcome, Raw Melodies. All right. fellow detox specialist here in San Diego. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Yes, Ian Michael Myers, plant-based athlete and trainer. Love learning more, hearing all your questions and your wisdom. Thank you very much. Yeah, so good you're a detox specialist down there. You know, Dr. Morse has classes. You guys can all become one. We need more and more. We're building an army here. So fantastic. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Coming back here. The narrow path. When I fast, typically just don't eat for 1 to 3 days and drink tons of distilled water. Is that crazy? When I fast, I typically just don't eat for 1 to 3 days and drink a ton of distilled. So you're doing a water fast. Not crazy. A lot of people do them. You know, we just like to teach the grape fasting here, grape juice fasting. That's just our thing. We have more energy, and we really love alkalizing and cleansing that lymphatic system of the body. So kombucha pH is approximately 2.8. Hold on a second here. So kombucha pH is approximately 2.8 pH, very acidic, about the same acidity as Coke, very acidic, yeah. I've measured it myself with a meter, not a healthy drink. Okay, good. That's probably why I didn't like it. Yeah, it really, my neck just tightened up like crazy. Terrell Wickman, Mark, thank you for the invitation to move. I'm realizing that when I want something to shift within, I must be willing to shift something on the outside. You rock. Okay, good. Good. So S. Len, is high pH bottled water okay or in moderation? Yeah, you know, a lot of these alkaline waters are up there in the 8s and all that. Yeah, I would say in moderation. You know, true alkalization is really about the lymphatic system, getting down there and cleansing that. You can drink all this water and still remain acidic. So, yeah, I would keep it in moderation. Estlin, are red onions, raw red onions okay? They're a bit sulfury. Go easy on them. They're certainly great to flavor up something, but go very easy on those, okay? Is coffee okay once or twice a day? Once again, go very easy on that. It can overstimulate the adrenals. So yeah, I would back way off on that. Switch to decaf if you still love that coffee taste and need that warmth, or back way off on the caffeine. Okay, Terrell, Brian, thank you for the information on the acidic levels of kombucha. Have allowed that to be my treat at times, so this is great to know. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Brian, for that. Yeah, I didn't know that. It's amazing. Yeah, but listen to your body too. Your body will tell you. You know, if you feel really cruddy, backtrack a couple hours and see what you took in the body, and you might find out that that you have a problem with certain things. And it changes too. Okay, so Jeannie, how about kelp and sea vegetables for your bath? Ooh, neat. Wow, that's a great idea. The kelp and sea vegetables for the bath, and you're getting all those minerals from that, all that iodine and all those minerals. Not a bad idea. Hot baths are balneotherapy. I don't remember the name for seaweed baths. They are great. That is. I don't know why I didn't think of that, Jeannie. That's so great. You know. Okay, so rather than these sort of minerals that are in sort of the the matter state, you take the kelp, which actually will take all those minerals that it's sucked out of the earth and the seawater, and it will actually put those in kind of in a holistic form. A kind of a metabolized form, I guess. That's a great idea. Yeah. So yeah, replace those mineral baths with the kelp seaweed sea vegetable bath. That's interesting. I'm gonna look into that. That's really neat. Wow. Terrell, on the MSF page, these Geno is about an animal. Genotox. So at the Master Fast site, Geno DeSeri, who started the Master Fast program, talks about an animal protocol for detoxing animals. So neat. Thank you, Terrell. So masterfastsystem.com or on Facebook. On Facebook or on YouTube. He talks about animal protocols for detox. Good. Las Vegas drummer, welcome. Will saunas work as well as castor oil for swollen lymph nodes? Do them both. Do them both. Get sweating. That really will help relieve acidosis, help take pressure off those kidneys. But I wouldn't say that targets the lymph nodes myself. The castor oil is a better job for targeting lymph nodes, but you've got to detox. You got to keep detoxing, and sweating is really a great thing for that. The narrow path, welcome. So you would recommend eating grapes or drinking grape juice when fasting instead? Yeah, that's what I like. Get the energy, get the alkalization, get dehydration, get all that. Help it move. Grape juice helps dissolve lymph mucus. So that's wonderful. The narrow path, which would be better? I like the grape juice. I like the grape juice fasting. Grape and grape juice fasting, wonderful. Love it. Estlin, is swimming in the ocean okay akin to a seaweed bath? There's a lot of great stuff in the ocean, a lot of bad stuff, but I think all in all, it's pretty good. You've got there's a lot of minerals in the seawater. I think there's 99 or something. Yeah, it's pretty full spectrum. So good. Make sure it's try to get good. Don't swim in the bays or the harbors. If you can get the open ocean, I think that's pretty good. I don't know if it's akin to a seaweed bath. I think when you got the seaweed in there, you're getting a lot more concentration of minerals in there. So I think that'd be preferable. Simon Cornell, welcome, Simon. Are dates detoxifying, and what about coconut meat? Dates are very, very much at the low end of the fruits. They're high in sugar, high in calories, which is good for some people. But don't down a bunch of them because that's a lot of sugar hitting you. Eat them slowly. They're not really detoxifying, but they're not acidic either. So they're wonderful for people that need to keep the weight up and need to keep the calorie count up. And young coconut meat. Coconut is a lot of protein in there, so go easy on it. Not super terrible, but it's very high in protein, so I would go very easy on that. Narrow path, much appreciated. Thank you. You bet. So we're at about an hour and 40 minutes, and I think we're winding down here. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to the new year, and welcome to all the purification and healing that's going to be coming towards you. And thank you so much, everybody, for participating tonight and helping me out and giving me all these wonderful questions so we can share this with the world. And a couple more questions coming in. Narrow Pass says, much appreciated. Thank you. And Simon's asking, I heard figs do they have to be raw? Yeah, I would keep them raw. And figs are wonderful. I love figs. Wonderful fruit. Raw is good, yes. Estlin, where can you find raw living seaweed? Ooh, raw seaweed. I don't know. I would just Google that. Yeah, don't know about the living seaweed. Good idea. Irish moss, I think you can find that living. Look up Irish moss. It's kind of a seaweed. Susie Snowflake, fruits, berries, and melons for the win. Love you all. Yes, indeed, Susie. Keep that kidney healthy there, girls. Love it. Okay, thank you. Jeannie, the kelp bath is like sleeping in a seaweed tea. Steeping in a seaweed tea. LOL. They say to us, really hot water to steep the tea either in a pan or in the tub, then enter the tub, but carefully. Not too hot to burn. Here is more yourself. Then try to stay for about 20 minutes. If too hot, get out and then re-enter. So you're kind of steeping in a tea. That's wonderful. Simon, thanks for the answers. You bet. Roberto, good night, Mark. Good night, Roberto. I'll be in contact with you. Okay, we'll get that interview going. Tattooed Dragon Girl, thoughts on doing a liver cleanse? Absolutely. I think it involves drinking Epsom salt and olive oil and lemons, pros and cons. I wouldn't do the Epsom salt. Go to my website. Dr. Morse has got a liver cleanse using oil, the olive oil and the lemons. But I wouldn't do the Epsom salt myself. I know that Andreas Morse liked that, but yeah, we're concerned about that sulfur. And I think Dr. Morse likes a product called Phos Food Liquid as something that really softens up everything, probably as a replacement to the Epsom salts. Okay, Estlin, what can you substitute for raw seaweed? Good question. Maybe Jeannie knows about that. I don't know. The Irish moss, something that's high minerals. Some people do the Himalayan salts. They'll do a salt bath with the Himalayan, which is very, very high in minerals. The seaweed's probably better because they're pre-digested minerals, right? I guess they're organic minerals versus inorganic minerals. So yeah, probably assimilates much quicker if they've already been run through the plant metabolism. The narrow path, is there a certain amount of grapes or grape juice that is too much? Sorry, last question. Thanks again. No problem. Keep them coming. I'm here till there's no more questions. You know, the amount of grapes is, look, if you, like I say, if you drink that 16-ounce grape juice, you're spiking the sugar too fast. So just go slow. You know, I say have as much fruit as you want until you're not hungry anymore. You know, never go hungry on this. As much as you want. Just take it in a slow, measured amount, okay? I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, Simon, so my last question would be, what about non-GMO grapes? They are much cheaper than organics, easier to get, and seem much better than the regulars. Are they GMOing grapes already? Oh man, obviously no GMOs. But yeah, if you're gonna get them, budgetary reasons or availability, just get a good veggie wash. I know Trader Joe's has a veggie wash. You can even use white vinegar and scrub them with salt, sea salt. But get them cleaned up real good, okay, as much as possible. Okay, you still do them. Eslen, unless you're really neurologically a lot of neurological issues, then any kind of a pesticide will hurt you. But you'll know. Most people can handle a little bit, but clean them real good. Eslen, all minerals are non-organic. All minerals are non-organic. I think what I'm talking about is okay, so let's say, you know, the plants take in some minerals out of the soil, and then they, you know, rocks, if you crush rocks, and then as they run it through their metabolism, you know, their metabolic things, it's another state, okay? That's what we're talking about. It's much easier for the body to handle it in that state. A lot of people just crumble up rock dust and take it internally. That's not how we want to get our minerals. We want it in the plant-based form, or the fruit-based form, if that helps you. Okay, got Tattooed Dragon. Thanks so much for what you do. Catch you next time. Yes, you will. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Jeannie, to eat raw seaweed? Question, not sure. I use dry seaweed. Some is powdered. If you search, and Crystal Star has a nice 2-bath dry seaweeds bath. Crystal Star for a seaweed bath, you guys. Benedetta has a nice seaweed bath, also dried and powdered. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, to eat raw seaweed, not sure. I think people do. I think people do. Dried seaweed can still be raw. You know, they might have put it in a dehydrator, so good. Narrow path, it would be wise to maybe mix my grape juice with distilled water to stretch out the sugar consumption. You could. And white, grape, or red. You know, the darker the better with the grapes. Concords are the best. Tom Cords, you know, Thompson. Yeah, darker the better. I really appreciate the interaction here. You bet. Thank you. Thank you for interacting. So here we go. This is it, you guys. I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much for being here. This was a really good session. Lots of great questions. And yeah, to all you that are suffering and don't have hope and don't have a plan, I hope this helps you. I hope this puts you on a path. At least give it a try. Come in slowly and give it a try. And you know, you'll you know, by doing it, by walking the path a little bit, you're going to see what we're talking about. Really, really amazing. So Eslen says, what about a plant bath? I don't know. Yeah, do a green juice, big green juice, and throw it in there. I don't know. Yeah, not a bad idea. Yeah, the skin will absorb a lot. So, hey, you know, we're all learning. We're all trying new things. Give it a try. Let us know. Might be hard to clean the tub, though. I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week on January the 10th. Same time, same station, same YouTube channel. And it's really been great sharing with you. So I appreciate it. So we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.